guys are staring at me like I'm riding a Donnie over here. Does it look like I'm riding a Donnie? Yeah. Any of you guys got any gems? Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming back to Dummies on Crypto. Really hope you're coming back. Remember, you'll find no financial advice here. Any kind of humor, any form of joke that I think is funny is my own. Don't get offended by it. If you do, that's kind of your problem. You can go ahead and venture off. Trying to keep it a little nice right here. I got a good friend of mine here, Lawdawg. He's joining me on this. I have a lot of questions for him. I don't know if we're going to get to all of it. We've been chatting for a little while. I'm new to this, as you all can tell. So, how you doing, Lawdawg?
Hey man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just having a nice Sunday. That's all. A relaxing one. So which is pleasant.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It is after midnight here.
Oh yeah. must be just I mean you're just on the other part of the world. So yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
But
Having kids, trying to get things done during the day. It's really rough. It's really rough trying to accomplish these little tidbits like this little YouTube podcast thing that's happening right now.
I believe you. I totally believe you. I mean, although I do not have any such stress for family responsibilities right now, but I can completely understand your perspective. I'm sure finding time for running a YouTube channel would be a lot. Like I understand it requires a lot of time editing. People although don't understand that it does require a lot of efforts. But I mean, I don't think people recognize, but it does. So I mean, it's a big thing that you're starting it,
Oh
and
man,
I'm glad you're starting it.
it's been a long time coming, and there's been a lot of things that get in the way of life. I had that wicked lung infection last year that basically put me out of work.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, upper
How
respiratory.
are you now?
Uh, it's it's here and there. I still have a wicked congestion that comes back and forth. You might hear it, my breathing becoming a little hard during this interview. Don't
I'm so
mind
sorry.
that. It comes and goes.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's
I'm
part
sure
of
you'll get
life.
better.
That's part of the reason why I push so hard to not only invest for myself but try to bring some sort of awareness to everybody. It's don't just blindly invest, but also uh, don't be afraid of. There's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with it. There's no difference between the crypto sphere of investing to Wall Street. You got a 24-hour market versus 5 days a week.
that's true. I mean, but specifically with on investing, like I never imagined that collectibles could be investable items. As in, I don't think any collector would thinking that would go rise in value. This has, I'm not sure, I may be wrong, but this perspective has increased a lot. Like putting money in collectibles as an investment
Oh yeah.
and not just for the fun of collecting, which is, I mean, for me in my country, we've not had collectible culture for statues and like cards, like especially Pokemon cards. We never had that culture. We didn't have authentic Pokemon cards available locally, so we never had this culture. But when I grew up, when I went to college, when I saw videos online, when I got that exposure, I felt missed out. I felt that, I mean, oh damn, I was such a big Pokemon fan, and I I still follow it. I still follow it to the date.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. We actually started collecting the 25th Pokemon Celebrations packs. We started going over all that.
That's so cool. I mean, these cards are still not available to us, so
Oh
that's
man,
that's very sad. But
you know,
but I mean,
if I could
it's
send you some of
it's
this stuff, man, I totally would. Like, I have no idea how to get it to you without, like, I don't know, having the feds
no no
kick my door
now
down.
it's completely fine because
Oh, I lost you there.
so I
There you
mean
are.
that is very very big for me because now like coming from that background, I never imagined I would ever be collecting statues that too in digital format.
Oh yeah.
But now I am so I'm extremely happy about it to be collecting these things. So collecting, not investing. So yeah,
That's great.
so
This is how we met is through digital collectibles, the Veve platform. Uh,
that's true. Yeah,
when I found it, I'm gonna give you a little backstory. I don't get a chance to babble like this. Whenever I spam the Discord channel, nobody appreciates it, and that's okay. I have a lot to say, but whenever I do get a chance to say it, I really don't have my soapbox that I should be standing on. So here we are.
yeah, that's good.
So yeah, man, like we met through Vv. We met on what we call the Camel Toads Discord now.
Yeah,
I love that, by the way. When they went for that, my imagination went wild with it. I immediately like, oh, I want to draw up something and build an NFT of just a really gross looking hybrid of a frog camel thing, but instead of a lily pad it's sitting on, it's just its giant testicles, just a giant nut sack as its lily pad. It's like, what the hell is that? Like, it's part. It looks like a lizard camel thing. Like, that's where I wanted to go with it, or at least in my mind. Anyways, back to Vivi.
yeah.
uh, and once again,
It's an amazing talk.
thank you for this, dude. Like, this is awesome. This is a good feeling. I'm gonna have to keep doing this because I just have to. I've started it. No sense quitting, right?
Definitely.
So cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So cool, Lawdawg. So check this out, man. It was like December 2020, and I was in this app called Clubhouse before Twitter had Twitter Spaces,
Yeah, right. I remember.
and they were still beta testing it. And at that time, for whatever reason, I was getting accepted in all this weird crap for testing, and this was one of them. And what I found really interesting in there was a lot of the supernatural channels. There was a lot of weird stuff going on, a lot of belief, like really cool stuff. And then I came across some cats that were talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we chatted up a little bit, and they started inviting me to these other clubhouses, and I got into this one where this dude was just talking up a storm about blockchain security, uh, like security against hackers, and talking about what happens when you die and nobody knows what any of your passwords are, any of that stuff. He was talking about inheritance. And I was like, man, this guy, it sounds like he's talking about the VeChain ecosystem. Like, I'm a big fan of the VeChain ecosystem. If you haven't looked into it, you should definitely look. Just start with VeChain, and you'll scratch your head and go, "Damn, how come I haven't heard about this yet?" Um, it's a supply chain coin. Think of it like
Mhm.
seed to sell tracking. If you were to be the farmer, the grower of a particular plant, from seed all the way till it reaches the store into somebody's hand. VeChain is they're going to track everything from goods like leather products. Louis Vuitton, they had the contract for a while now for the a leather supply for Louis Vuitton's little side hustle or whatever the hell it's called. They have the major meat markets of the world, the wine industry, liquor, all that stuff. They're they're getting pretty deep into it by now. Anyways, these other guys started bringing up NFTs and digital collectibles, and I've already heard of NFTs. I tried to get into it, but didn't have a lot of time to really understand MetaMask and OpenSea. All of it
Right.
was too convoluted. I didn't want to mess with it. I'm just
Very true.
like, damn, man, like this is too much. I want this shit, but this is too much. I should have done it. I would have been rich as fuck if I would have done it at the time. Uh, but me being scared, me being a dummy, like we're dummies on crypto. This is one of the things I would like to help people past is like the fear. Like learn on your own. It's all the answers are there for you.
That's true.
Like there was a time where we all had to go to the library for our answers, and now just about every damn question you have can be answered with what's in your pocket. Utilize it.
That's very true. Yeah.
So they started talking about these collectibles, and this guy started talking about Jake the dog. He's like, man, I'm really trying to get this fucking Jake the dog, but I can't. Like it's just fucking sold out. Like and and I was like, what the hell is this guy talking about? And so the next clubhouse this dude was in, he had all these other guys talking about Omi. They were like, man, you can get it on Gate.io. This is gonna pop off one of these days. And I looked at it and I was like, I need to learn more about this. I started researching Omi. I downloaded the app, didn't create an account yet. I had the app downloaded, didn't do nothing with it. And then I want to say when I finally was like, yeah, maybe I'll just start buying the token. I won't worry about the platform. Because I liked what I was seeing with Omi. I liked the contracts
Right.
that Veve had. Like I was like, man, this could be big.
Right. Right.
This is like everyone keeps talking about it in these damn clubhouses now. This might be going somewhere.
Right.
So when I go to buy Omi had blown through the roof.
Uh, yeah. I
I missed that ride up. I had absolutely no Omi. I had no bags, and it skyrocketed. And then after that, I was like, man, okay, I'm creating an account. I jumped on it, and by then, the first drop I was encountering was I can't remember what came first, the DeLorean or the Myrmicornos. I think it was a DeLorean. And that was my first drop I participated in, and it was a fucking horrible experience. Had no idea what the fuck was going on, had no idea about the Veve community and the different outlets to ask questions. So
I can relate. Yeah.
so here I am
Yeah.
watching this timer and I'm like, fuck, is it going to refresh or do I got to back out? So in my mind, my simple fucking dumb mind, uh, at at the countdown of 0, I backed out of the screen and tried to go back into it. My app crashed.
Oh damn. Oh shit.
So I tried to get back
I've
in.
crashed even then.
Oh, it was bad. Like it's if I knew what I was doing, it probably would have been a blessing. But back then, the Myrmicorno drop and the Back to the Future drop, I I was mad but excited at the same time. Like fuck, I want these things now. Like that was it was a hell of an experience.
That's the
Like
feeling.
shit, people really want
That's
these
the
things. The
that's the feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
the crazy thing with the DeLorean drop is the ultra rare sold out quick. I wasn't able to grab one of those. And so I went for the full size static. There were plenty of those left. Grabbed that, and then I went and bought like 3 of the $29 6 scale DeLoreans.
Right.
And
But mm,
and back then, like if I guess if you were to get lucky and get in and there were plenty of them left, you can just keep buying the fuck out of them. And
yeah.
I, I looked back and I was like, shit, if I would have got back in December, when I first heard about it. I could have been stacking
But
all sorts of shit for retail.
Toads, Toads.
Yeah. So,
You would have been a Todd father.
oh yeah, yeah, it would have been ridiculous. So, I patiently waited for the market to open. I wanted to see the marketplace. I kept hearing about the different communities that were having their secondary marketplace, and I was hearing stories of people buying Donnies for fucking retail still and like $50. Nobody knew what the value was of these things back then. I was hearing the craziest fucking stories
Oh my god.
because right when the markets open, everything was just on fire. I immediately put in like the very first day, like 2 grand. Uh, and I just started buying shit that I was fascinated with.
Damn, damn. 2 grand for that time was a lot. I'm sure that was a lot.
Yeah, there's a couple things I way overpaid for. I got my ultra rare DeLorean and I'll never forget the price. It was fucking $325. Right.
That for that time. Oh yeah, yeah. That must have been a lot for them.
Yeah, like I had no idea what was going to happen with the market. I was just like, holy shit, they're up. I got to have it. I want my DeLorean. Dude, Back to the Future was one of those iconic things in my childhood. It's
Oh,
like Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Batman, like fuck, Veve had like three of the things that will always be permafried into my my mind brain, my brind.
damn, damn. So like, how did you grow your collection then? Like, I remember you telling me you having more than 500 collectibles.
So this is what I started doing. I had onboarded my wife and uh, my stepdaughter, and with those three accounts, we had put in another 3 grand, so about $5,000 total. And we bought a bunch of stuff off the secondary market just to hold, just to have in our collection. We thought it was really cool. And so each of us had, man, I had everything I wanted, honestly. And
I can imagine. I can imagine.
like the only things that were out of my reach was like the Riso, uh, Bubbles, him. Yeah. The big,
Oh,
like what they
right, right,
call blue chips now, like the true blue
right,
chips
right,
at the time.
right,
Um,
right, right.
and so we had almost everything that was reasonably like fair value at the time. And we had doubles of everything. And then when the drops would happen, we were on it. All three phones on every drop. Uh, Back then, it was unlikely that two out of the three phones would not get a drop. Very,
That's what I call a quality family time.
hmm it was very unlikely. We'd all sit around the table. We'd sit, wait for the countdown, rubbing our hands, shaking, excited, and we'd get stuff, man. Um,
That's so good. That's so good.
like the Superman drop. Uh, I want to say we had five at one time.
Five Superman.
Yeah,
Oh, that
my daughter couldn't get one. My wife got one, I got one, and then I got one on a rebound. And this was before a lot of people knew how to do the rebounds. Like it,
that's super amazing.
yeah,
That's
like there was a lot of people still keeping like rebound secrets to themselves, and they were just hoarding.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, then the YouTubers started coming around. That's why I really appreciate Vivi Volt. He was just like coming forward. He's like, man, like I want everybody to have this shit too. Like this is how you do it.
That is true. That is true. That is what I observed. That is what I observed in the starting. There were a few YouTubers, like I would not like to name them, but they were very clear that it's getting very competitive, so we won't like to share secrets how we
Hmm.
do it.
Yeah.
Very clear.
Uh,
On the other hand, where Walt was like, on the other hand, where Walt said that this is what it is, this is what everyone is using, and I want to tell the world about it because I don't want others to be left out. and I appreciate him a lot for it.
Oh
I
man.
mean, all the major tricks, whichever I learned from him, because he would do these live drop events, which were very helpful for me to understand how are we going to go about this drop.
Oh yeah, that guy.
So,
That guy should be treated like a treasure in this community.
oh yeah,
Like he really is. Between him and Hello K, like they were the front runners for me when I first got into it. Like they were just starting out trying to build it, and I was there, man. Like VV Volt was the man.
yeah,
Like I
yeah. Back in October, Vevolt had around 3,000 followers. So I have been checking him out since then, and now I think he has more than 10,000.
yeah, yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
Like he was starting to do giveaways and stuff, man. And I had so many doubles of things. Like I started sending them like serial killers and fucking like robins and shit.
that's so cool. I mean, I can imagine your collection to be pretty amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like now it's like everybody's so greedy. It's like I don't know how, like I don't know how the community hasn't folded in on itself, and I'm seeing the divide. The divide right now in the community is strange because you have the wells trying to protect their investments. You have the people that are upset because things aren't working the way they want, and then you have the
yeah,
people that are upset at the people because they're upset because shit ain't working the way they want.
yeah, yeah. I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back in the day when I mean, things really have changed even from the time since I joined. And the time when I joined, the only advice to newbies was that participate in every drop. Don't buy anything from the secondary. Just participate in drop. If you get anything, flip it, and just grow your gems.
Hmm.
Now, when I see anyone giving advice to newbies, it's like, come in, buy things from secondary. You are not going to get. Don't expect anything from the drop. If you get anything from the drop, you're lucky. And I mean, that is it. Like, just buy from the secondary and hold, and just keep buying. So now the advice is not like earlier. The advice was not to introduce more and more money into the ecosystem, but to increase your money within the ecosystem.
Hmm.
Now it is infuse more money into the ecosystem to buy new stuff. Otherwise, you cannot buy new stuff. So there has been a big shift to it. A lot of reasons because of what these advices are being given is because firstly, drops are near to impossible to get.
Oh
One
yeah.
has to be extremely lucky to get a drop, which is reasonable. I'm sure. I mean, everyone faces it, so that is all right. The second thing was the bull run when people thought that things will go up perpetually or will stay up perpetually and will not come down, which instigated people to say just buy whatever you can, whatever is in your budget, and just stick with it and look from the long term perspective. So that is big changes which I have seen recently. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's not even a lot of times, just like 4 months. So, I mean, that's really a big difference.
Yeah, the greed is really fueling a lot of it, the influence that's out there is very greedy. I'm seeing now more and more people are just like, I'm gonna stack whatever comic I can and buy as many of them. There was that guy the Camel Toads was pointing out earlier that has half the supply, over half the supply of Frankenberry,
Oh yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. I saw, I saw.
Frankenfat. Like what? Like that's ridiculous, bud. Like
I
I
mean, that's a strategy for
oh
a lot
yeah.
of things, people to control supply. But even like one should not forget that even if a person holds half the supply, let's say even if a person holds I told you a while back that even
Hmm.
if a person holds 1,500 of 3,000 collectibles, 3,000 is not lot of additions for a collectible. Even if a person holds 1,500, even then there are 1,500 individuals holding those particular sets. And even
Hmm.
if, let's say, average it out to half being half holding two of it each, even then there are 750 individuals who would have a piece of that collectible. And let's say even if half of them are holding, even then it leaves at least 300 flippers who can list them. And when those 300, 100 to 300 list them, the price will dip. So
Hmm.
it's extremely hard to control supply. It is hard to control supply.
Yeah. I mean, it's all strange. Like the whole marketplace is odd to me. It's like back in the days, I used to have this idea that I would tell people when you're looking at these sets, look at the piece that you need to complete the set. Obviously, like ultra rares, secret rares are going to have a much lower edition number than the rest of them. Like when you look at the Pride set, Amelia and Cleo, there's like less than 1,000 of those things.
Oh
When
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
when you look at the Pride piece itself, there's 1,900 of them.
Oh yeah,
I
that's true.
used to tell people if you want to invest for way down the road, and this is a platform for collectors, completing
Hmm.
sets are going to be a
True.
true value to a collector. And so
Right,
these are
right.
the pieces that you want to stack. You want to stack the things that are going to prevent people from finishing their set. People that want a specific mint number, you're going to want to grab those because that
That
guy's
is very true.
that guy's going to need it one day. He's going to want it really bad.
And it actually worked out. It worked out in the way you thought it would.
Hmm.
I mean,
And
it did work out in that way.
yeah,
So I mean, yeah, that did came out to be true. For me, on the other hand, I didn't have enough cash power to come in and just start completing sets. So my idea was just to participate in drops, correct what I like. So I was introduced to Veve by my cousin. Now she participated in the first drop ever, and she got ultra rare Riso on the drop back
man,
in when Veve was launched. And then she dropped off. She never
no.
used Veve after that. Yeah.
Oh
So
no.
so she still has the resume, and yeah, that's
Beautiful.
all she had. And then she deleted the app. And I remember back in September mid, when I visited her, she was asking me about if I know anything about NFTs and things like that. I was new to crypto then. I said that, oh, I'm not sure I know much about it. But I mean, what is it? Like, I don't understand much about it. I just read briefly on it, saw OpenSea, thought it to be too confusing and things like that. Then she downloaded this one app. She said that this is what I used to for NFTs, and she downloaded Veve at that time. So she had deleted the app. She had not downloaded it again. So she had to show me she had to download it, and then she even had forgotten the password. So she reset the password to show me what it is. Then back then I was really big Captain America fan, so I just searched Captain America, and the only thing I remember that time which was available was that mighty one, mighty Captain America. I was too disappointed. What the hell is this? What
the
the hell is this?
the
So
mighty
she,
Elmer Fuds. I'm telling you, man,
yeah,
most of those things look like Elmer Fudd in cosplay. There's just no way around
yeah.
it. Watch Looney
So,
Tunes and just like, oh man, that's Elmer Fudd in
so I
cap
was
suit.
disappointed. I was disappointed. I didn't at that point. I thought that I would not really like to join it. So I then my cousin showed me her Rizzo, and Rizzo was such an amazing art. I saw it and I was like, "This is cool. This is." She had not shown me AR feature. She just she just downloaded that file and just showed me how it is, and it was very cool. I
Oh,
mean, I love that piece.
that piece is
I absolutely
beautiful.
love that. Yeah, yeah, totally. And she showed me that this is what she purchased for, which was around 70 gems, right? And
Hmm.
then she showed me what it was worth now. And it was like 5,000 gems then. And she said that it's like $5,000, and $5,000 for Indian standards was a lot. So initially there were two thoughts in my head. There's this Captain America, which I like, but I didn't like what Captain America was there on the platform. Then there was Then there was, then there was a Rizzo, which I like, but it's just too expensive for me to go and buy it, because I cannot possibly spend like my 5 months salary on one
Oh
digital
yeah.
collectible.
Oh yeah.
So it was like it was like, so I just created the account and then I deleted Veve. I forgot about it. Then after 2 weeks, like I was continuously receiving these emails of the drops. So one day I just thought that, what's there to, I mean, there's a lot to lose, but let's no harm in trying now. Let's
Mhm.
just give it a try. So I just joined it.
Gotta get past that
And
fear
the
somehow,
first,
right?
yeah, in October first week I joined. So my the first drop in which I participated was Labricon's one, in which that rainbow Labricon was dropped.
Oh my god,
And
that
yeah,
fucking
that was my
thing.
first one. That was my first drop. And I just kept switching from here to there and didn't get anything. I was disappointed. I then that my first mistake was not reading terms and conditions.
Yeah.
I checked terms. I Then what happened was I didn't get it. I was disappointed. I had I just infused some 100 gems into the system, and I was just looking out a way to withdraw it. And then I realized I cannot withdraw it because there was no option to withdraw. I researched. I I read more about it. That how can I get my money back? Then I came across this token called Omi. That, oh, there is this crypto, but I cannot even withdraw it in Omi. So I realized that, oh, all right. So my 100 gems are stuck. I cannot take it out. Then I made a wise decision to really go through terms and conditions carefully to understand what am I really going to get myself into. So yeah. Then the second drop which I got was second drop which I participated was this 007 poster set 2.
Nice.
Now, yeah, that rare, I got that drop and I was super happy until the time I received the delivery, until the time market opened. It costed me some 87 gems, right? And the way I checked how what at what rate a collectible will be priced through rares of other collectibles, not of the rare of the poster, but of other collectibles. And I thought, and my stupid brain thought that, oh, all right, there's a rare one, so rare one must be good. There are very less number of pieces in comparison to others, and I mean it costed a lot, so should be at least, what, 200 gems. So I'll just, I'll just double my money instantly, and I was really happy about it on getting the drop. Like, so yeah, that is what I did. I waited for delivery. I saw the marketplace, and and no one was really interested in it. So prices were like 120. I waited that for it to go up. I thought that, no, no, it should be at least 200, and then it never went up. Actually, it just kept declining.
Yeah,
But
it's
I was super stupid. I didn't know anything about flipping. I didn't know literally anything about flipping. So I held on to it till I finally understood what flipping is in back in December, after November, December, back in when after Disney drops were over. So that is when I understood what flipping is and why is it necessary. You cannot just keep on put money and forever. You really have to sell the stuff which you don't like as much as you would like other stuff.
God, you're gonna
So
hate what I have to say about the golden moments.
yeah. So that is it. So after that, I sold off what I didn't like. So yeah. So that is how I got into it. So then a lot of stupidity. I bought Throg at 70 back in October, thinking again, oh, it's a big figure, so
Mhm.
should go up in value. It dropped again below retail, and I was like, what the hell is happening? This web is clearly not working out for me. I mean, the way people were saying it to work out, it's not really working out. As you said, it was not working out. So whatever drops I was getting, those are not great. So great. And then I got Carter drop. I was extremely lucky about it. Yeah, Carter
Nice.
drop was good. And then I thought I'll hold on to it. It's a single piece that everyone was fighting. Everyone was not, sorry, not fighting, but and was very speculating that it will be great value with MCP coming in, since it's a single piece set and things like that. I held on to it till 500. I didn't sell it, and then came back again to below 200. And I was
Hmm.
like, damn, I should have sold. Bad mistake. Then I got Alligator Loki common. I knew that I wasn't going to get ultra rare and secret rare, because since those were very limited pieces, so I went for a Loki common, and I was very lucky to get 70 mint. That
Nice.
was that was big. And then again, my stupid brain thought that, oh, everyone is selling it at 1,000. So if I sell it at 800, anyone will buy it. And little did I know that selling uh, low mints is actually a very is a pain in the ass.
Yes.
That's all I can.
Yes.
So yeah, so that is one thing I thought. See, I had native idea of what I liked. So my idea then, so with this perspective, my main thinking of approaching Veve developed only after Disney, when realized what I really like and what I don't like. So the way I thought about Veve was, I cannot put in so much money to complete sets. So the only way I looked at it was, I should be grateful for the opportunity I have, and maybe I should just collect the stuff which I like. And even if the value falls, I do not regret about it. That is the only thing I had in mind after Disney Plus. So that is how I approached it. I'll just so, which is why I started trying to sell Loki, because in my rational mind I realized I don't really care much about this alligator or Throck or 007 posters.
Yeah. Uh,
So I was like, I'll just sell them off. I'll purchase whatever cash I get in, and I'll purchase what I like, and I'll hold on to those. And that was the main thinking I approached Veve with. For example, recently I held on to Carter for very long, and then I sold off finally, because then I realized I don't really care a lot much about it.
yeah.
What can I possibly do with an MCP with just one piece set? I mean, I already have received its point retrospectively, so maybe I should just let her go, and maybe I can get something else which I really care about. So that is how my approach to Veve developed. That is how and I was very close to just not using Veve at all, because I didn't get a single decon or Disney drop. So I was extremely discouraged to use this app, because whatever I see in the market, I cannot buy it and I cannot get the drops. So what's the point of even sticking out there for the drops? Like, what's the point? I didn't understand the rationale behind sticking out for sticking out and trying Veve or every day. So then what? Then a crazy thing happened. That this is when I realized how amazing Veve community is. This is the moment when I realized how amazing this community is. So I didn't know how to use even Binance. So what I was doing was, I was randomly I joined Telegram app. I was looking for people who would take PayPal for gems, and then that's but yeah, whatever. Like I did that, yeah. So I mean, I started looking for gems on Telegram, for PayPal, and not many people were willing to sell. And all I needed was 60 gems just to participate in Disney Trust, because I could not afford more. That's the truth. I could not go beyond my set financial limit for Pivot. So
Hmm.
I was like, all right, this is all I can do. So I came across this gentleman, amazing person. He was like, all right, I'll do it for you. So I use PayPal to pay him, And little did I know that he has a big collection. Like he obviously didn't boast about it, but then he started talking. He was like, "Acha, all right, how do you go about it?" And then he told me about rebounds. That these how you go about rebounds. And I was like, "All right." I didn't know about those 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 6 minutes thing. And then he told me about flipping. That there's how you should flip, just sell off and things like that. Then I was like, all right, I'll definitely try. And then he was like, all right, how many gems do you have right now? So I was like, I just have what, 70 gems. So I don't have anything to flip. So randomly, I received a notification on my phone. I was working. I remember very clearly. I was on my table working, and I just received that somebody sent you HQ13 ultra rare for second season. And I was like, what? All right, wait, what is this? And I didn't know what it was. So I just clicked on it and I was like, all right. Then I reopened the app to check if this is right. And then I saw what who is sending me this thing. So I mean, then I saw who sent it, and I saw that it was that person who sent it. Then I messaged him that, what are you doing? Like, I'm sorry, but I cannot accept it from you, because for me, accepting something up, like, it's that's a freebie. Like, I was like that. I'm not sure if I can accept it from you, because I wasn't sure. I didn't feel right. But then he
Yeah,
was like, no,
yeah.
he was like, I just, it's okay. I want you to keep it, and and I hope you turn this. It was around 500 gems then. He was like, all right, flip it at 1.4, and make it, like, just convert this 500 gems into $100,000. So I was like, all right. I really thought to myself, all right. Now I felt obligated to take part in Veve, because just to be part of this amazing community. Honestly, otherwise I was like, I thought that maybe I should just give it more try, and let's see where it goes. Like, I'm not sure where it will, but no harm in just taking part in drops every time. So then I inducted more gens into my system, and I took part in more drops, and I became very active in flipping. Like, as in, I sold off stuff which I didn't really care about. For example, Zombie Spider-Man, and I hardly cared about it, because I was like, that this is not normal Spider-Man. So I do not really care about it. So I just sold it off. Sold off my posters. I was like, these have been a huge liability on me anyway. I don't care about these posters. So I sold them off. Then I sold off Frog. I was like, all right, if I'm selling it off at loss, that's all right. I need those gems right now. So I sold that thing off. Then I exchanged my alligator for a Becky. Then Becky was a so my thought was that, then I started checking out things which I care about, and few things which I cared about was the first set. Since I came on this app because of Riso. I knew I cannot get Riso, but there were other Batman pieces which looked very attractive,
Oh, yeah.
and like Becky and Joe, they were amazing pieces.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, these are some things which I'll care about. So even if these go down the drain, even if their value turns zero tomorrow, these are some things which will be part of the history of being the first Batman of the series. First bat of being a part of first Batman series.
Mhm.
So that tomorrow when I go to a friend or whoever person, my family, and I show them that there's a Batman I own. It's a part of the first Batman series. It is something which I'll value a lot, even if its notional value turns to be zero. It's all notional at the end of the day, right? So turns to be zero. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll try to get it. So I had the 0070 alligator. I talked to a few people who would be interested. It was very hard. That is when I came across Rui, our friend, who who invited me to Camel Toads. We really had some amazing discussions over what we think about NFTs in general, about how prices will be in a few weeks, and so so yeah, that is when I joined Camel Toads. Amazing group, loved it, love
Beautiful.
it. And then when I came across one person who was interested in 0070 alligator, and who traded his Becky for it, and Becky was then 500, and I didn't know why it was so low, honestly. But I was like, all right, like had taking a chance, why not? So I got a Becky.
Oh,
Then it was one of the best decisions I took.
that Becky
Of
statue is
yeah,
phenomenal. One of the first things
yeah,
I
yeah,
did with it was find the biggest parking lot I could get into, drop it down, and make that bastard as big as I could, and started taking pictures of
yeah,
giant Becky Batman.
yeah. Yeah, I remember after that exchange, I posted it on the group, our group, Camel Toads, that this is my first Batman, and I was extremely proud about it because it was from the same series as Biso. So I mean, and that too a rare collectible.
Yeah.
I still feel that, although I mean, I still feel that it has a lot of potential in terms of its notional value, but I mean, it's still great. I mean, even if it is tomorrow, even if it is 1,000 back at 1,000, I'm really happy about it because I mean, I'm really happy to have it. So that is what matters to me now, not the value, but the piece which I have. Because at the end of the day, these all are just collectibles for me and not as investment as such. I do not look at them as really as an investment,
See,
to be very
that's
honest.
what I wish
Because
the sentiment in the community was these days, is just
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
more
exactly.
collectible focus instead of
How I'm feeling that is they are treating as that them as financial assets.
hmm
I mean, which I feel is that was not the purpose for Veve at all. So people they everyone wanted to enjoy. So I from now looking back, what I feel is there were concepts of digital collectibles, but there was no way to establish proof of ownership.
hmm
When blockchain became popular, establishing proof of ownership became easy because now you had technology through which you can establish proof of ownership,
hmm
which is a brilliant idea for Veve to come in and say, "Okay, all right, these the people collect statues in physical form. Why not convert them to digital form? You can still do all those things like clicking pictures in AR, like you would do with your physical collectibles, and you have stored them all in your wallet. Superb idea. I mean, mind blowing idea. So I mean, which is why I really just wanted to collect now. I just want to collect what I like. So then I got Smackpot 0050 man. Again, extremely lucky. I don't know how I got it. If you remember, I went crazy on the group. That damn, this is what this is amazing. This is amazing. I got a common, but really, I'm very grateful. I exchanged it for Superman. Again, one of my best decisions ever.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I
Like,
traded
you got what
I
you
traded
wanted.
it for Superman. I got Superman. I was extremely happy. So it was means to an end. Like I didn't care as my thought process, which I told you. I didn't care as much about Smackpot as I would care about Superman. So when I think now about Superman being at 4,000 and being at 8,000 a while back, although it helps us to feel better from inside, but when I think, would I sell it even if it is it is at 20,000? I then think to myself that maybe not. I won't sell it. I'll make it my WhatsApp profile DP for others to see that I have a Superman NFT, but I won't sell it. So others will find value. Its value, and like others will might feel that, oh, he has an NFT worth like X and X amount, but for me it's just a collectible at the end of the day. It's not for selling. So I mean, yeah, I mean, my account is like burn account for them. It never goes out. It just stays. It just
Man,
stays.
that's how we kept going back in the days. We had to sell, like, especially like we got a double or a triple. That's how we kept going. We'd sell one and we'd distribute the gems between the 3 accounts and go for the
That's
next
very
drop.
exactly, and that's the good thing about buying doubles and triples. Like that's why you should buy doubles and triples if you have funds. For example, for
Mhm.
me personally, I do not have, so I cannot afford really. I like, for example, the best drop recently I got was, and the best drop I ever got was Donald Duck. Super lucky.
Man, yeah.
Uh, Gold statue. Yeah, super lucky. But uh, I cannot really afford to buy a double. I know its price will rise, but I cannot. So I'll just stick to it. But if you have funds, definitely go for a double. I'll say go for a double so that it makes an easy decision for you to sell when the prices are higher, so that you can really get to stuff which you like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's still a few things which I really like, which I would really like to have. For example, Jim Lee Joker. I've had my eyes on it for a long time,
Man, you
but
believe that
yeah.
that thing at one time you coulda got for $100?
Yeah, I know. And the funny part is, if you see, like I could have gotten that for 100 even after Disney drops. But
Mhm.
at that point of time, even 100 gems were a lot.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
100 gems are not as much as they would mean back then. So the overall economy of Veve has shaped it in shaped have has been shaped in such a way that now, like, it really is inflation. Like one gem won't mean so much now as it would mean then. So for Veve ecosystem, in the real world would still mean a lot. But yeah, so I mean, even if we think now that, oh, we could have gotten Joker back then at 100, but a lot of money has since then flown into the
Mhm.
ecosystem, making things expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, back and people now have money only because money has flown into it, and
Mhm.
the original pieces have actually become expensive, and which is what they have flipped, doubles, duplicates, they have flipped to get the gems which they have now.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, the collectible, it's still there. It was expensive back then, and it's expensive even now. It does not really has changed a lot. That is how I look at it. So I'm not regretful that I did not buy it at back when it was 150, 200, because I could not even then.
Oh, if I
Like my overall,
I wasn't expecting the
yeah,
market to inflate like this for at least a little
me too.
while
I didn't.
longer. Um, with everything that started going down, like it really blew my mind that it could go down the way it was, and then out of nowhere, it just started just pumping like
Oh yeah,
crazy, and it's been nonstop. Some people say, "Oh
yeah,
no, it's retraced a little bit." It's like, pull back a little bit, look at the bigger graph. Like as soon as this pump started, it's just been a nonstop fucking climb to the top of that roller coaster.
yeah. I mean, I must say, it felt very good.
Oh yeah, no,
It felt super good.
like
It felt super.
this is great, like all around. Like with me, I, I I guess you could say, I know people probably point the finger after hearing this for sure, like, oh, paper hands, like you sold early. No, I took profit. Like me and the family, we took $5,000 and turned it into $67,000. And
I
from
mean, that's brilliant. And why call anyone paper hands? Like everyone has different motives to
hmm
come on this app. Not everyone is a collector. I
yeah,
mean, it's fine if the person is a paper hand. I mean, it's fine even if it was made for collectible. Even if I like, if you like collecting, keep your collectible. Then
hmm
if you like collecting, and if you are accusing some for paper hands, then you will not sell it even if it is $10,000.
hmm
You will not sell it even if it's $100. It's that simple.
yeah,
So, and people will liquidate at the value which they think the collectible has. For example, if I sell my collectible at $4,000, then I would feel that, all right, this is the value which this collectible has for me. If that collectible has more value for me, then I would not be ready to sell it at $4,000. It's that simple. So I
Hmm.
mean, I don't understand people saying, people accusing of, of
Yeah.
paper handling things. Like, let people be. I mean, you don't
Hmm.
know where they're coming from.
Oh
If
yeah. No,
if if they are making money trading on Veve platform, then I mean, let them be. Like, this is what they do.
yeah. It's
I mean,
with me. I have a simple idea when it comes to anything in the crypto world. You find something, you research it, you buy it, and you hold it
true.
with a goal in mind. Once you reach your goal, man, pull the trigger. And that's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's what happened with
Definitely.
us, man. There was a couple scares with VV, and there's like I have a short list of reasons why we decided to pull out of VV. Um, the first one that really scared the ever living fuck out of me is that I had all these collectibles. I had a bunch of doubles in mine. Both my daughter and my wife had a bunch of shit in theirs. Like we had about
Right.
500 collectibles total.
Hmm.
And my account, like there was no botting, there was nothing going on and all that. Uh could not pass a security check. And I could
Oh,
not
that.
get in for about 3 days. Could not get in for about 3 days. I got no response from anybody, nothing. Well, actually, I did get a lot of responses, and that was from the community. I kept getting the finger pointed at me, being called a bot and a fudder, all that kind of shit. Uh, like the labels kill me within the community these
Oh, yeah.
days, and especially back then. Like everybody was so quick to burn the witch, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. I feel
uh,
you.
so I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck?" I got like fucking $30,000 in collectibles on my app. It's like
Yeah,
I can't fucking touch these goddamn things now. What the fuck? And so when I finally got back in, it it made me nervous as fuck. Like I sent a bunch of shit to my daughter, sent a bunch of shit to my wife, and I
yeah,
started selling some things that didn't, like you said, like the things that mattered, I held to the end. Like just to confess real quick, I probably have two collectibles to my name.
yeah,
Um, so this scare happened, and around the time this scare happened, financially we were getting hit hard in the household.
yeah.
So I reached out to Vivi Volt and I was like, "Hey man, I keep seeing people and hearing about people selling gems. How do I get into this world?" So he introduced me to a couple different servers, some Telegram groups, and he was just like, "Good luck, man. Like it's hit or miss. There's the escrow. There's all this crap."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, I got to do what I got to do." And I started coming across some buyers that were really, really friendly, and it was friendly to the point to where it's like, man, am I gonna get jacked? Are they gonna get me for my bag? You know?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
come to find out, no, these guys, they would have full conversations, tell me about their life, tell me about their VV adventure. They'd want to know my legitimacy, and it's like at the time, uh, there was still the idea lingering around the Twitter sphere, and there was still a lot of the influencers out there that remember David, you giving me Ritmo for my birthday.
oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, that's such a fun story. That was an exciting day, a freaking exciting day. Well, to talk about that another time because man, we've been going on for about an hour and we haven't gotten yeah, the key topics I wanted to talk to you about. But let's get past all this stuff. I'm pretty sure people will enjoy the Vivi adventure that we've both been on.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so so yeah, man, I came across a couple of these guys and uh I keep wanting to call him Ryu, like Street Fighter. Rui. So I came across Rui and Superman, and these two guys are just cool as hell. And having the conversations that we had, I was just like, hell yeah, sold them a bunch of gems. and I was able to pay my bills and take care of my family, keep this ball rolling in here. And
I mean, that is how amazing Veve has been. I mean, it really has changed
yes,
lives. I mean, there's one guy which I came across. He was a medical student based in Mauritius, and I remember him telling me that he didn't have enough money to pay his fees, and then he started with Veve. He was very lucky to get Disney drops, although I was a bit jealous, but I was really happy for him. So he told me how he has flipped through Veve gem, flipped through this, uh, flipped his way up, and now is able to pay his college fees. I was very happy about
that's
it. I mean,
beautiful.
that is when I realized how amazing things Veve has done for
Hmm.
for everyone.
Yeah, Vivi
For
definitely has changed lives and currently is changing a lot for a lot of people. And down the road, it's going to change the entire world for some people. Things
I'm
that,
sure it will. I'm
yeah,
sure it will.
things will never be the same for them. Uh, Man, like definitely Vivi had a major impact on my family's life. I got three kids, two cats. They don't fucking count. They're assholes. But uh nah, I love them to death. They're cute, man, but they're cats, you know. They're either
Yeah.
they're either something to pet
Ballistic has
and feel good about or
ballistic
you're going
has
to eat them.
uh, ballistic. I'm so sorry. Ballistic has two cats as well.
What's that?
Ballistic Trickster has two cats as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
They're funny. But yeah, man, without Vivi, wouldn't have changed my family's world. At that moment, that's when things started really changing. We started finding other
yeah.
things that we wanted to diversify into, and we had bills to pay. We had things to keep going. And so, with me working, we're still collecting, we're still getting drops. Things were still cool. The Spider-Man drop, I was the phone that didn't get shit, and my daughter got the ultra rare, and my wife got an uncommon. And we
Yeah.
stacked a bunch of those Spider-Man, and they didn't pump in the time frame that we needed them to pump, so we had to get rid of a couple of them.
Oh, yeah. I
But
feel you.
we held on to the ultra rare and the uncommon for some time. Like I want to say I got like 3 or 4K for the ultra rare Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Like I'm massive. I don't have any Spider-Man right now, other than in comics. So
oh,
I
like
really want one Spider-Man. I'm looking to get a Spider-Man, but honestly, I'm just looking for a dip, a good dip to happen for me to buy in.
the comics broke my
So yeah.
heart, man. Right after Marvel Comics #1 dropped, Vivi hit me with their their backlog of fees that they never collected back when I first joined Vivi. So
Oh,
I
damn.
had to pay back all those gems or give back all the collectibles at retail value for the amount of gems that they asked for. And not only that, man, like I all my gems were in my collectibles. I didn't have any gems at the time besides just a handful. And so my gem account shot into the negative.
I didn't know that this happened. I'm not sure about it. Like I didn't know that this happened. I joined too late, but I really didn't know about this thing.
Yeah, so that occurred. Like I said, a lot happened. A lot discouraged me, and a lot broke my trust with Vivi. That's why I question a lot with Vivi. I still participate. I still love Vivi to death. They are leading the way. If you look at if this was a world war, they were the first ones on the battlefield.
They are. They are.
They're the ones that are going to make the biggest impact of history because people are going to remember them for being the craziest bastards
So
out there.
right, right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, from what I've from see, I was introduced to NFT world from Vivek. I told you that.
Hmm.
But from reading more about it, I understand that there are few areas. There are different types of NFTs.
Yeah.
Firstly, there are those with established class and clubs. For example,
Hmm.
the the Board API Club.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then there are few collectibles which have art value, which we friends support, and
Mm-hmm.
another support. Then crypto. Then there are few things which are historical value of being first ever, like CryptoPunks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, amazing idea. What if you put a digital art on a blockchain? How would people take it? So amazing idea, mind blowing idea. Then there are game NFTs which can be used in games.
Mm-hmm.
And now there are another kinds of NFTs which are collectibles. Like, like
Yeah.
which in which Veve is literally leading the way
Oh yeah.
of. This is how collecting, future of collecting should be. I mean, all the other things will coexist for sure, but this is how it will be in the digital.
Yeah.
Amazing idea. Again, amazing idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I was going down that road of trying to figure out NFTs, I criticized a lot for being centralized. I still have my critique on centralized platforms, custodians of sorts. But it
Right.
also, like, everything has its pros and cons.
True. That's
I
true.
With the things that I encounter with VV, I was losing my sense of ownership, and so
True. I think,
I decided to pull out, and then eventually my wife backed it because of the things that she was picking up on.
right,
And
right, right.
not that I'm trying to discourage anybody from putting money into it or anything. No, like it's an amazing app. It's got some great things. I'm going to be coming back to it when the time is right. I'll
True.
have a fat collection again, but the timing has to be right.
True.
Um,
True. True.
when it comes to
I
centralized
mean,
and decentralized, Vivi is an oddity because not only the IPs that they had to build things a certain way. It's the first of its kind. They had to
hmm,
centralize it and maintain a big hold over everything in order for it to work, in order to gain the trust with the IPs too.
right, right.
And where they're trying to go with it, they're trying to hybridize it. There are some NFTs out there that are decentralized. All the metadata, everything is, um, you know, on the decentralized chain. As
Right.
in, you know, you look at these other things and they're doing off-chain trading, like Vivi, where it's decentralized. Everything is, the trading itself is not on the blockchain. The serial
Right.
numbers, the all the mint numbers, everything about it's the metadata, everything's recorded on the blockchain, but the actual
Right.
trading transfers, it's physically off chain in a sense. If you were to think of a
Yeah.
digital thing as physical, uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Right. Right.
like I'm still on the march to find decentralized anything when it comes to metaverses, gaming versus the NFT world. That's where I'm going to be marching down for a while because things are definitely evolving. Utilities evolving. Um, 5 years from now, we definitely have no idea what any of this is going to look like. How far it's going to be implemented into everyday normal experiences, from social
5 years
gatherings
is a long
to
time.
5 years. Yeah.
I say I say you don't even know. We don't even know where it will be 1 year down the line.
No.
To be very honest,
Yeah.
we don't know where things will be like 1 year down the line. Maybe, I mean, there will be clubs. There are already clubs based, like Veve based clubs, collectible based clubs. Like
Hmm.
there's Riso Group. There's World Club,
Yeah.
Club 33. And
It's
so, I mean, things have already changed a lot. So I'm sure these will just keep on changing and changing
oh
for sure.
yeah. And as it becomes more adopted and more mainstream, and you start seeing more of the major retailers start adopting more NFT strategies, you're just going to see a very, very rapid evolution from what we know as NFTs now to what it's going to be then.
Even institutional investors have started to come in. From what I recall, I shared it with you, I think, that institutions have started to put money, have started to create NFT funds. Like, so which will appreciate in value, which are investing in upcoming NFTs. It has all that fund which I'm referring to has also invested in Hika. Like so, I
Interesting.
mean, so which itself is pretty amazing.
Rec-
That institutional investors have started to come in. So it is very cool, and this field is developing a lot.
uh,
So and institutions have started to take their bets on it. So
huh.
I mean, so this field is going to develop a lot.
Man, this is going to be
Uh,
wild. This year is going to be crazy. I'm so grateful to have people like you in my life. I get to experience this with. Not only where Veve is going to end up. I mean, we all get the excuse me. We all get to feel the drama. We all get to feel that awesome positive light that everything that envelops what Veve is, the communities, all that. Uh, but this year is going to not necessarily be make or break, but it's going to be a fucking crazy dramatic ride with
oh
Veve,
yeah,
especially with other platforms coming out. And it's going to be they got a lot to prove because Veve came out and they showed they got balls. Yeah, they delay
yeah.
a lot of stuff. I mean, it's been like that since I first got into it. Everything they promise, they over promise and under deliver.
I mean, at this point, Veve has a major decision to make if it wants just to be a collectible company or if it wants to be a metaverse company. And there's a big difference in it.
Well,
I
man,
mean, although
I'm gonna have
although
to
they are
pause you for a
definitely
second because I got to use the restroom.
oh yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, one second, my man. All right. Oh man, let me get these headphones back in. Sorry about that, bud. I was trying to hold it until we were done.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Actually,
No,
sorry eating of something. So
no,
I
you're
had
okay.
lunch today.
Everybody's got a potty. um. So yeah, man. Shit, we've been going for over an hour, and we're not even done talking about our Vivi journey. I had no idea that it was going to get this intense. Like this is phenomenal. I'd love to do part two with you, man, if you're up for it. Uh,
Sure, sure. We definitely can do it next weekend.
yeah, man.
Um,
Because
I
like,
mean, it just gets very tough with a job. I mean,
yeah,
oftentimes I'm not even checking out prices, web prices all the time. It just our a group coming in saying that this is what it is worth now, and I'm like, all right, let me check it out. What's this happening? What's this new news which has come in, which has caused a dip or which has caused the raise in prices? So I mean, yeah, I mean, it does get stuff. But
man.
I mean, at the end of the day, for me, it does not really matter because I'm just correcting. I just have things what I like. So initially, I really formed a very negative view recently, especially when I was not getting any drops. I was just like, I didn't have anything. I was not getting any drops, so I was very sad about the entire thing. I didn't get anything. In on those Christmas drops, nothing. So I had a very negative outlook as what am I doing. But then I realized, why am I even sad? Like, why am I being so greedy? As you said, I was being very greedy. Like I want every drop. So
Hmm.
I just thought to myself, why am I being so greedy? I have like Superman, I have Batman. Why am I sad when I have things which I like?
You have things
So I
that
mean,
nobody else is gonna have. Like, there's only gonna be Superman, what, 8,000 people in the world
exactly,
that's gonna have that thing? It
exactly. So I
Yeah.
always then I started developing some positive outlook. I told myself that's all right if I don't get anything else. Till now, I have things which I like. If I get anything further on the drop, extremely good. If not, then I'm happy to have what I have till now. And then I got mini drop. Amazing. I mean, I got mini card. I flipped it for Donald. I feel because I like Donald a lot more.
Mhm.
Again, same reasoning. I'll just get to what I like, and that is it. So I like Donald, so I flipped it for Donald. And then once I just had Donald, so I was very happy again about the entire thing. Then I didn't get next few comics or collectibles, whatever they were in. But at the end of the day, I didn't even care about them, so I didn't even check the prices when they were dropped in the marketplace. Then came Donald drop. Excited, extremely excited. And I got it. Again. I got so. I mean, I was extremely lucky in past few weeks, and I've been jammed to get one drop each, but extremely good drops. So, and most importantly, things which I like.
Uh,
So, I mean, yeah. So,
it's the best
I
feeling,
was
right? Getting a drop and especially something that you want.
yeah, yeah. I didn't even so. Although this lady in Tramp was real, I really wasn't very much attracted to it because see, I have to see it from my perspective. As in, when I get a drop and I tell anyone near me in my family that I got something, then I have to tell them that what it is, and it should not be something which I have to explain it.
Yeah.
Like, if I tell them that it's Lady in a Tram, they'll be like, "What is Lady in the Tram?"
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's better to have Donald so that I can say that I have Donald Duck as a drop. So they know, oh, all right, the Donald is a good thing because they know what it is. So that is generally how I think about things as well. But all right, if I tell them that, oh, all right, I got Superman on the drop. Superman, I have a Superman. So everyone will understand, all right, what is a Superman?
Yeah.
They know what is a Superman.
Ex
Everyone knows what is a Batman. So
Mhm.
it's always good to think it in that way. And that, yeah, I mean, and if something has reached my country, if something has reached India, then it's big. So, because I mean, it is big because it has reached India. If people know about it, then it is big. So, I mean, and which is why I'm not really much into independent artists as well. Although they are very limited sets, but at the end of the day, I mean, I just want to show things to people. That is what I have. And at the end of the day, I should not feel like explaining it to them that what it is. I mean, so I'm not really much into independent artists. I'm not interested into labbits, even if we are able to breed them. What will I do of more labbits? To be very honest.
Yeah, like, I appreciate these street artists, these independent artists. I
I,
really
I
do.
I do appreciate them, but I mean, it's just not my. It just does not suit my goal.
Yeah, the Labbits didn't speak to
So,
me. Like, they really didn't. Like, I was gonna pass on them. I participated in the drops, and I actually missed out on a lot of profits on them. The only one I'd say I made really good profit on was my secret rare Hooverville, and
oh, nice.
those fucking Labracorns.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I want to
Extremely
say
nice.
we got like two of them on a drop, and then we bought two
Oh,
more on the market as they were going up.
that's so
And
nice.
we thought
Amazing.
we thought they were gonna keep going, and those fucking things started crashing down, and we started selling them off at like 500.
It's still a good profit. I mean,
Oh
for
yeah,
today,
oh
it's still
yeah.
a good profit.
No,
I mean,
that
for
was a fun
example,
day.
there's this, yeah, there's this art with, I mean, there's this art with a bunny with a knife in its hand. I still don't
Uh
remember
huh.
it because I don't care about it. To be very honest, if I let's say if I send someone a picture of they see what it is, then A friend will ask me, all right, what is the bunny doing with a knife in its hand? So, and so, I mean, I feel always comfortable to send a Batman because then I receive a response. Oh, that's cool. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh
that's
man.
another way to look at things. I mean, that's really another way to look at things. So, I mean, obviously, I mean, if someone is into bunnies and knives, then I say buy it. I mean, it does not mean that if I don't like it, you won't like it. Everyone has a different
Hmm.
taste. So if
Yeah.
you like that particular thing, if you like Jeremy Rogers, buy it. I mean, I personally do not have any affection towards Deru, even if it has utility in the future. I mean, it's okay. I mean, because I don't like it,
No.
I'm not really into it. So, I mean, I'm fine to not have it. I'm not. I have. I thought I was into paintings, but then I realized I do not really like them so much. As much I would like maybe a collectible or a comic, which I can justify to myself that all
Hmm.
right, this makes sense to buy.
So
So
we
yeah, I got a cat. Yeah,
okay,
yeah, tell me.
oh no, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. I'm over here laughing about that damn rabbit with that knife. So on drop, I got one of the red ones, the standout ones, right? For me, at least, it was the standout one. Um,
All right, which one? Where?
the red one. It was the one with black eyes, and it was the only one with blood on its knife.
Oh, right, the German Rogers.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
the Jermaine Rogers, yeah.
all right.
And
That's nice.
I got number 0052 on the drop. And
Oh my God, that's cool. That's very cool.
I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna make so much money off of this. I'm gonna do this and that with it, on and on. And that thing sat on the market forever, and I could not get the value I thought it was for, dude.
I
Like,
I feel you. I mean, there's the same feeling I had with Alligator because
mm-hmm,
Alligator was not into comic and what was had never appeared in comics. So I mean, for everyone felt that it's not as valuable. But my understanding was, I mean, if you're looking at it as a collector, it has even more value then because it's other than the series, it's appearing anywhere for the first time where you can own it. And if it is not in comics, then it is first anywhere. So its first digital edition is first anywhere.
yeah,
So
it's odd how the
I
valuation
mean,
happens sometimes at VV. It's like I still can't understand. I get it with the comics, but I also don't get it at the same time because, like, if you look at like the physical items, I get the NFT side of it. It's the first NFT comics from
yeah,
Marvel. I get that.
mm,
But when you look at any reissue of a real comic, they're nearly worthless. When you look at second
yeah,
runs of
exactly,
statues, second runs of anything, third runs of anything, up to the 10th run of something, it,
yeah,
it,
right, exactly.
it,
And other than that, physical comics have like their physical comics increase in value because they deteriorate with time.
mm-hmm,
Their condition, their condition becomes worse and worse. That's not the case with NFT
yeah,
unless someone maybe forgets his ID password or things like that.
mm-hmm,
It's very tough for a NFT to get damaged
yeah,
and lose its value for others to appreciate in value.
mm-hmm.
So
It,
I mean, which is why I really was more into rare and ultra rare covers, like because I thought that's something which is appearing for the first time digitally, and that too digitally. So
mm-hmm.
I found them of more value. Plus, they were more limited editions to it than commons. Like I won't feel as safe to have something which 20,000 other people also have.
And,
So
you
I
know,
mean, yeah. So
I'm just going to throw this in there too. That's when I hear these numbers, and a lot of people, it sounds large when they're unfamiliar with the NFT world. But
true.
it gives you such a sense of pride. It's like, fuck, I have one of 20,000. There's only going to be 20,000 of these. I've
Yeah, that will always be there.
like,
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's
true.
just a phenomenal feeling. It,
Yeah.
and especially if you get it on a drop, it's like, man, I earned that.
Yeah. That's another reason why I don't feel like selling off until unless there's something else which I want a lots more. Like for example, if I get a drop tomorrow, or like whatever drop, I mean tomorrow. Yeah, today's a drop.
Yeah.
I'm not taking part in today's drop because I'm really not into 007 stuff. That just shit was more traumatic for me. I just logged in my 90 gems for no reason.
Yeah, the bond
So I'm not a
drops,
007.
like it's I looked at that stuff and some of it's really fucking cool. It's really rad. Like the detail, like the Saffron's mask, man, I was blown away by it. And I was like, man, there's no way people aren't going to collect this. This thing is fucking wicked looking. And
I mean, yeah, it is
nobody
no.
wants it.
Exactly. Like bike would have been amazing, but I'm not sure how interactive it is going to be. Just
Yeah.
and I'm not interested in it being just, um, it being just animated and sound. I mean,
Hmm.
a Veve does not work really on all the devices. So the device which I have, I cannot hear any NFTs sound. I cannot interact a lot much with it in the showroom as well. So
Hmm.
I mean, even sound is not of much utility to me. So I was really excited about the bike, but I mean, now I'm not, because it's just if it is just animated, then so I won't be as happy about it. I mean, from what I remember, like watching a video, that DeLorean Common used to be interactive and like remote control.
Yeah. Yep.
So I
I
mean, if they turn it back on, it would be it would be super amazing. It would be super cool thing to have.
Yeah, even if it's just bare minimum. They've already experimented with that when they released the comic feature, the comic AR feature. That
Oh yeah,
that damn thing was broken, and they still released it. And people still geeked out on it and loved it. Like that's all people want is just more shit to do
yeah,
with
yeah.
the shit that they have. They're having fun with it already. They love it all. They're just getting tired of staring at it.
Yeah, yeah, which is why, although I bought this DeLorean Common at a very high price, honestly, I bought it around like 170, which is a lot. It's now like 90, but I'm not really sad about it because at the end of the day, I like that piece. Same as with this Ghostbuster Common. It was within my, I could afford, so I got two of it.
Yeah.
Mainly because that thing is very cool. I made a video of it, and that video looks super cool whenever I shared with anyone of my friends that, oh, this is what I have. And then when people ask me, all right, how did you get inside it? And that is how cool these NFTs are. So I mean, if it just becomes drivable, I mean, this thing will people will value it a lot more. I mean, although I value it, we know that it will be possible in the near future. Hashtag soon. But but yeah, I mean, I hope it happens. I mean, I should have a lot more to look forward to with this particular collectible. So
So speaking of getting in the vehicles and all that, um, one of the guys I onboarded in the Veve, I was talking to him about it and on, and he was just like, man, like, because I was still working at the time, and he's like, man, you really just don't give a fuck, like if you piss off the bosses or anything, man. Like you're just on your phone whenever you want, and like, and I looked at him and I was like, yeah, this is my business. This is the future of my family and all that. It's like I just work here, man. It's like you guys aren't going to tell me when I can't do any fucking thing that I want to do when it comes to what matters most to me.
yeah, yeah.
They left me alone. Like they understood. Like the past year of my life, I've been very upfront with employers. I was like, look, this is what I do. I need to maintain a job. I'll be here every day. Won't be late. I'll work my ass off, but When the time calls, it's 8 a.m., whatever the hell's going on. If there's a drop, something, I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I don't care what the hell I'm doing. Fire me if you want, man, but I'm going to go stand right there and handle my business. And when I'm done, I'll be back over here. Everybody's been cool with it,
That's
man, because I've been really upfront with it. And they're just like, man, you get the job done. You kick ass, dude. Like, we want you here. All right, then you're going to leave me alone when I do this.
that's super nice. That's
Yeah.
even nice on their part to understand. So I
Hmm.
mean, they do not own their employees. So
Yeah.
I mean, employees have their lives. It's not we are living for.
Yeah.
I mean, we work to live. We do not live to work. So
Yeah. One of the things I learned, man, you just like how stern employers are with you, how they try to bully you. You just got to look at them and just remind them it's like, man, I'm human. You push me the wrong way, two things are going to happen. One of two things are going to happen. I'm going to just fucking quit and walk away, or I'm going to hit you as hard as I can and then I'm going to walk away. So get out of my face and respect me, or, I quit.
that's
Yeah.
not so much possible in my country. We have for every person we have 100 replacements. So
Yeah, yeah. See, out here, COVID, man, did a number on the economy and the job market when they started giving people free money, all these fucking benefits, and it enabled everybody to sit on their asses and do nothing, or it enabled them to follow their passions, man. And that's one of the things it did for me. It enabled me to follow my passions.
that is
Uh,
what crypto did for people who trusted in crypto back in 2020,
hmm.
2012, and 2013, during the early times.
Yeah,
So
man.
that is what crypto did for them.
Dude, and COVID, dude, when I started going back to work, there was jobs everywhere, man. Like, my resume is fat. I'm qualified for a lot of things. I may not sound like it. I sound like a dum dum all the time, and that's fine, dude.
No, no,
I like to
it's not.
I like to try to be funny, man. And if me sounding like an idiot all the time, mishearing shit and misrepresenting things gets a laugh, dude, I feel good about things. But for the most part, dude, like, I've done a lot of different a lot of weird
Yeah,
jobs, man. And
I was.
COVID,
Yeah,
dude,
I
I had the pick of the litter, man. And I was getting like, how much do you want to get paid? What do you mean, how much I want to get paid? $20? Is that too much? No, $25 an hour. That's the minimum for this job. Like, what the fuck? It was
that's
bizarre getting back to work out here, man.
yeah. I mean, so on this point, I have like so one of my friends actually said I was talking to recently. He said that she thinks um, NFTs and cryptos are elitist concept things to put money in. I mean, the only thing which I told was you don't understand the lives it has changed, and it may seem it's in such a way now. Rich people think now because I mean it has grown so much. But back in the days when people did put money in, they were not rich. They took a risk for which they are getting benefits. So I mean, I don't understand. I don't see how it is a rich people thing when it is making people rich who were not earlier.
Hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very big thing. It has changed lives, and I really appreciate it for what it has done.
Oh yeah, man. And it's still changing lives, and it's still affecting my family's life. Like I said, when I got sick, I couldn't work it. And by the time I was feeling good enough to work again, this ball was rolling. And so I had gone back to work for like a week. And I looked at the wife and I was like, man, like, can I just quit my job? Like, you've seen what we done with all this stuff. You know what we're capable of. And she was like, fuck it, quit your job. Let's do this full time. And
Amazing.
so, yeah, ever since, man, what, November last year, uh, neither one of us has gone to a real job. We've been working the crypto markets, and the wife has been working more of like the physical markets when it comes to if you look into Gary Vee, he does like a lot of weird videos. She showed me this video of coffee mugs, and he was going
Hmm.
around buying coffee mugs for like a quarter, turning around and selling them for like $10.
Oh.
And yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? People buy used coffee mugs? And apparently there's like a multi-million dollar industry for used coffee mugs.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. And so she started like getting all this shit for like cheap. She like spent $20 the other day, and once all the profit rolls over and everything comes in, she's gonna have turned that $20 into like $300, man.
That's so amazing.
And I'm just like, wow, like you're beautiful. Your fucking mind is amazing. Like the things we do in the crypto world and the things we're starting to do in the physical world, like life is good, man. Get to spend a lot of time
That's
with the kids. Like
that's
V
so nice.
it all started with Vivi. Like so for anyone that's listening to this, anyone that gets to hear part two or anything that moves forward, uh yeah, man, you know what? If I fuck it, if you point the finger at me and call me whatever the fuck you decide to call me, whatever, man. Just know I do love Vivi. I want the best for them. I would just like for them to pull their head out of their asses just by a couple inches. Yeah,
That's true.
just a couple inches. They don't have to pull it all the way out yet, man, because I don't think everyone's ready for them to pull it all the way out. Everyone keeps wanting the P word, fucking Pokemon to happen. Nowhere, the platform is nowhere near ready for that.
True. True.
So you're
True.
you're talking about you want to destroy Vivi, release Pokemon next week. You want to make motherfuckers leave
True.
Vivi and not want their money in it, release that next week and watch what happens. It's
True.
you're going to see blood in the streets. You're going to see the community truly divided at that point.
I personally have not put much as much in as I can, but I see a lot. Others have put in a lot more.
Mm,
So I mean, if they drop Pokemon, then people are going to lose a lot,
yeah,
a lot.
it's going to be wild, man. It's going to be wild. I don't expect it doesn't matter if they print 50,000 of an uncommon Pokemon. Doesn't matter what the hell it is. It could be fucking, Weedle, dude. And that damn thing, I guarantee you, floor right away, $1,000.
It will be.
Like,
Definitely, it will be.
like you could print 100,000 of those, guarantee you floor $1,000.
True.
Like, there's
True.
just no way around it, and you're gonna see an uproar in the community and fucking Pokemon fans that are flocking to the app now. It's gonna get wild, man, and
Mm.
like I think it's too early to drop
It will be.
drop stuff like that. They don't have. I don't think there's enough released on the platform. They're claiming only 10
I mean,
percent is
yeah,
done with their vision. 10% of their vision's done. I think Pokemon's way down the line.
it is. I mean, it is. I mean, other than that, I mean, firstly, they should really figure out to allow people to withdraw money, those who want to.
The withdrawal. Yeah,
Like,
I do want to
putting,
mention that before I let you go, man. I'm kind of like leaning sideways. My butt cheeks are hurting from sitting in one spot. Oh man, like I don't miss working desk jobs, man. Having to sit down all the time. I like being on my feet. I don't mind just standing there on my feet, dude. But man, my ass cheeks, dude. I don't. Like, I'm a hefty guy, man, but there's not enough ass flap there to give me the proper ass flapping. My butt bags don't protect my butt bones, dude. So, um, shit, dude, the cash out is not so much confusing. That's not what I'm trying to wrap my head around. I'm trying to wrap my head around the two outlets. So we have a cash out with a fee to an MTL provider, and then we have cash out to Omi.
All
Um,
right.
I see, everybody's already pointing out all the fees leading up to the cash out, then the cash out fees, and then the bank fees on top of that. And then whatever, if it's short gain taxes that you got on top of that, you're looking at, I'm only pulling I cash out 50,000, I'm really only bringing home between 20 to 30,000. People,
For cash out fees is going to be what? I mean 10%, right? Is
yeah,
it so?
yeah, 10%. So yeah, you get your 5K, depending on who's your bank provider, whatever they decide to charge. I know a lot of Swift transactions. They mentioned Swift. Dude, one
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the big things I got into crypto was this is embarrassing, but
So
also
is
great at the same time was
and
XRP.
mm,
That I wanted to get out of. I wanted my money away from banking. I got tired of banking, so I found crypto,
mm,
and XRP spoke to me because it was like, trying to solve this issue that I have already seen, sending money to people through Western Union.
mm. Right, right, right.
And so now, then hearing them
Mm,
talk about Swift, it's like, oh shit. So like we get a $35 fee, or depending on where you're at in the world, who knows what it's going to be?
right.
Who knows what you're.
I mean, I do not really. So, see, firstly, I'm not really too much concerned about cashing out because I said I'm not really going to sell it
Yeah,
or pull out
you're
cash.
you're
But
a collector minded type of guy. You're long run. You're
yeah,
you're here for the journey, dude.
yeah. So, but I mean, cash out does not really worry me. I mean, it will make me sad to look prices go down. But
they'll come back, man. Like
but
like in this world of crypto, dude. I've seen it long enough, man. Everything that goes way too far up is definitely it must come down, dude. But eventually, it's gonna go back
yeah,
up.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, even then I'll sell off things which I don't like and buy things which I like. So that's how I see it. But how cash out will be done? Uh, I mean, I'm not so sure. See, firstly, it will be very country specific
Yes.
because
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, firstly, it will depend on. Uh, Generally, money comes back into the account from which one has paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every country will have its own fees. Like for example, in India, when I receive money from a foreign account, I'm charged a certain fees. It's not honestly, it's not much. It's not really much at all. So I mean, if they are charging just the bank fees, then I'm really okay with it. But if they say that you will have to pay 10% to take your money out of the system, that I feel as a, I mean, that I
It's.
feel is not so right. I mean, I'm ready to pay fees what it costs you or what will cost
Mm-hmm.
me, but I mean, why should I pay to get my money out? See, even if I made $10,000 out of $1,000, at the end of the day, it is my money. So
Correct.
I mean, even if I had have had like 100% profit, 200% profit, 500, 1,000% profit, but the profit is mine. So why should I give a part of it? So that bit of like many people will say that why I'm not happy with, like do not have any problem with paying 10% fees if I'm getting to withdraw if I'm getting to withdraw 10,000 my 10,000% profit. At the end of the day, why should I even pay 10% fees if it is mine
Yeah.
to
See,
begin with?
I feel like they're pushing the bill for the MTL provider onto the user. That's what I feel is happening with this. Because they knew damn well that they're going to need to pay for something along the line to allow users to cash out. They could have been preemptive about this, and they could have had fees already built in. They could have already been collecting these fees, knowing what was coming. And then they could have offered like what Dapper or what Recur's offering, the $25 flat
Yeah,
cash out. Or they could have offered just like, look, man, this is what we did preemptive. We want to give all the users, you know, when MTL releases 6 months of free withdrawals. After that, here are the fees. Live with it.
yeah. I mean that would have been a good thing because when they release MTL, they'll have to update their terms and conditions. Their terms and condition of services does not really allow cash out. Like it specifically says that cash out is not allowed.
Yeah, those terms and
So
conditions are a little weird at times, right?
Yeah, so I mean, they'll have to update them a lot. They did. I understand the last they were updated were in August 2021. Now in August 2021, they had to update it to bring in marginal fees of 8.6%,
Hmm.
8.5% that is with Veve fees. So they updated it then, and since then they have not really updated their terms of services. So the way I see it, firstly they'll have to update their terms and conditions. And although I mean Discord is by their official representatives and things like that, but I generally because of the profession I am in, I'm more willing to rely on written things like medium articles a bit more to understand where things are going. What will they charge in terms and services for I mean for a better backing that this is what things are going to be. So although they say 10% now, I'm not sure if it will be 10% till we get a more definitive response from them in form of some. But if it is going to be 10%, I mean, I don't think I'm really in so much in favor to pay 10%.
Yeah. See,
So I mean, I'm not.
uh,
So because I mean, even if you're paying on 1,000% gains, even if you're paying 10%, then you're paying off like what 100% gains of yours. So I mean, it still is a lot.
yeah,
So
it's it's not only a a hefty bill just to get your money to you, but also we got to look at those capital gains taxes that we're all going to incur if we're not holding these fucking things for more than a year. I
oh
guess
yeah,
that depends
um,
too on what country you're in and all that. But for
hmm.
U.S. residents, man, you really it's like taking your fist and trying to cram it into somebody's butt, like up to the
I
elbow, man.
mean, so the like you so for India, it's even so tougher because it's even more expensive to take out money. So we do not have short term and long term capital gains tax for digital assets. Non digital assets would include NFTs and cryptocurrencies. So we have a flat 30% tax on whatever gains we make. So let's say if I converted my 1,000 rupees to 10 I Indian rupees 10,000 to Indian rupees 10,000, then for 9,000 I'll have to pay one third, 30% of it. That is around 2,700 as tax. So
That
for us,
hurts. That hurts.
that 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 hurts a lot. I mean, yeah. So it's not really very friendly thing, industry friendly thing to do. It's not really very industry friendly thing to do. Uh, Plus, I mean, that whole regulation is a bit off. They are not aware so much of the responsibilities, and I personally feel they are not so much educated to really regulate on this thing because a lot of things are governed by smart contracts. So, like for example, they have introduced this new thing called tax for cryptocurrencies. They have introduced tax deducted source, which means before paying me out my profit, Veve, if it were in India, would have to deduct 1% of tax beforehand. So, I mean,
Hmm.
practically speaking, if they go on to enforce this particular provision on Recur and Veve, they would not honestly comply with it because they have their own smart contracts in place. So they cannot be sitting around and deducting fees for Indian residents.
Huh.
So I mean, so it all is very weird, to be very honest. It all is very weird, but I mean, yeah. So that is how regulations. That's tough one for Indian residents. But let's see how it is developed in the future. But I mean, it's going to be hard
Yeah,
for
we're
us.
gonna
So
see how it goes. I mean, right now, I mean, I
so
chucked out
at
this.
this
I
point,
oh, go ahead.
yeah. So at this point, I do not really care if they allow me to cash out in Indian rupees or if they allow me to cash out through banking channels, or if they allow me to cash out through cryptocurrencies, because even if I sell cryptocurrencies, I'll have to pay
Yep.
30% tax. If I cash out through banking channels, I'll have to pay 30% tax. So
Hmm.
for me, it does not really make a difference in that sense.
Yeah. So this is one of the things I brought up in the communities. It's everyone keeps pointing at Jim the Fiat, Jim to Omi. And I was like, what you guys are forgetting about the taxes? What about the taxes on the Omi? Everybody's like, oh, Omi's 5% compared to the 10% Jim the Fiat. It's like, but the capital taxes, those short terms, man, those are still there. Like, how can you forget about
True,
that? It's like,
true,
like,
true.
like so this is where I come up with one of the cons for me with Vivi. Vivi was built to be a user friendly, a average everyday person can get on it, figure it out. It's a very, very fucking streamlined app, honestly. Uh, Even in its earlier iterations, I mean, fucking this dum dum could have picked it up and figured things out, man. I mean, at this point, it's been refined a little bit, so anybody can just pick it up and utilize it. That's one of the things I
Mhm,
greatly appreciated about VV is that it was so user friendly. But now it's getting
mhm.
to the
True.
point to where that user friendliness is starting to be pushed to the side, and all this convoluted crap from the crypto world is starting to be pushed on to these average everyday users. These people that don't care about crypto, they don't care about OMI, they don't care about any of that.
I don't care, to be honest. I don't care much about Omi. I have not invested in Omi at all. So
So yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, Omi is not available on Indian exchanges, so it's so I have to purchase. I have to first purchase USDT from Binance, transfer USDT to SNDEX or any other platform, and then purchase Omi. So it's like it's a long process even just to buy Omi.
hmm,
So I mean, I don't see a lot of. Uh, I mean, I'm sure it does a great token. People will make a lot of money, but for me, it's just tough to go about it.
it's
And with I mean, in my country, I'm not sure how regulations are going to shape and how foreign exchanges are going to be treated.
yeah, that's right. You guys are
So
just
I
starting
mean,
to write crap up on crypto and starting to try to get things passed now. That's exciting times,
yeah,
but who knows what it's going to
yeah.
entail.
So I'm not into Umi at all. I'm just into collecting. That is the Batman's man. So
Yeah, see, I've actually flip flopped. I got out of the collectibles and I started gathering Omi. Um, I felt like that was my best decision since I could trust where I put my Omi compared to, the
yeah,
custodian known as Vivi holding on to my fucking Batman. Um,
yeah, that too. Yeah,
here's one last thought, man. I'm gonna have to let you go here soon. This was fucking awesome, by the way, man. I love you, man. I love the Camel Toads. Everybody that's been involved in this journey, man, all along the way is it's beautiful. This is a beautiful run. I
yeah.
fucking love every moment of it. But I want to bring this up. So me being the weirdo that I am, I lurk in the shadows a lot and I just watch people from the sidelines. I like peeking through the curtains. What are you doing in the sheets? Uh, but no, man, on a serious note, uh,
uh,
I sat on the
yeah.
sidelines a lot and I watched people dig for things. It's like I knew Vivi had Marvel fucking back in April of last year because of people digging through the source code. And
Hmm.
they found Marvel shit in there. And they were just like, hey,
Um,
like, look at this, man. We know it exists. We don't know if it's ever going to come out, but we know they've worked on it. It's like, all right,
that's
that's fucking cool. And well, some of the other leaks that came out over time, man, before what was it, like 3 months ago, man? They mentioned the 10% fee for cash out. Probably like 3 or 4 weeks before that, there was actually a leak. Someone found somewhere that there was two things that stood out. One, they found a 10% cash out fee. And the other
Mhm.
thing, they found a maximum annual limit of $125,000.
That's okay. I mean, I don't have really any problem with it. My collection overall value is not more than 15,000. So personally, for small collectors or retailers, traders,
Mm-hmm.
if we may call them, 120,000 would not matter. 120,000 is a lot.
Yep.
It is literally a lot. So
That's a lot. And you have some of these users, man, they've been building on this dream. They've been working on this dream.
I mean,
They're gonna
yeah.
cash out millions when it comes, dude. And it's I don't know, man. I feel like
But
if that rule's
to
still there, dude, that's
be honest, if anyone was to withdraw millions from it, that will drain a lot from the app itself. It will bring a depth, and I'm not sure, but I don't think anyone will be withdrawing more than $100,000 anyway
so
for a year. I'm not sure how it will work out.
so
As in, for people withdrawing it's really, again, it's very country specific. For example, for my
mhm.
country, even $10,000 is a lot, right? So I mean, so at one point, a person will not feel the necessity to withdraw it all. But let's say for some other country, $10,000 is not as much.
Mhm.
So, uh, so if you think about it, then for that person, he can easily withdraw $10,000 per month, and would then will have a problem in withdrawing. If he
Mhm.
wants to withdraw more, if he has more needs, then I anticipate problem there. If Veve is full time for such a person, and if 120,000 is not a lot for him or her, so I
Mhm.
anticipate a bit of a problem there from the annual limit. I personally do not have any problem with the annual limit.
Yeah. See,
I mean, it will stop a lot of draining from the app from the very start. If someone decides to, well, to sell off everything, let's say he or she has $500,000 of worth of collection, and if it's like if the person is like, all right, damn it, I'm just going to sell everything off and withdraw. I mean, that might just prevent, but I'm not sure. It does not personally, it does not affect me.
see, with me, it doesn't affect me. But for me, I always love stepping back, pulling myself away from something emotionally. It's gotten me in trouble with investments in the past. And
Yeah.
I have to ask some questions, and sometimes the questions are really hard, even for myself. Like I don't want to
Mm,
damn anything, but god damn it, like with with
mm.
with this that's going on, man. Like I kept trying to question, like
Oh,
Jim. Wait, what was
just a
it?
very interesting thing came up on the thing which we were talking. Someone commented on a post that 10% piece, please see if we can squeeze down a bit. Someone requested David you, and he replied on Instagram saying, "We do understand it's painful. We have also expressed this with our platform provider. If we achieve with low platform fee, we will be passing all savings to our fans." So, from what I understand, it's not because of them, but it's because of platform providers. So,
Yeah,
there's not much which Veve can do here. So, I mean that. I mean, I'm happy that they're trying to do something about it. And so yeah, I'm just glad.
man.
I
And
mean, I'm sure.
if
I'll just assume that they have all the good intentions. They are. That's
mhm.
it. I mean, they have come so far, so I'm sure
Yeah,
they
they got to start
will do
working
better.
it. They got to start working it for the user again, man, because there for a minute it was starting to feel like which to me it still kind of feels like it just like with every business, it's a business and they have the
Right.
run up as such. They
Right.
they can't be sitting there, doing the things that we all wish they would continue to do. At some point, when a small
Right.
startup gets too big, they got to operate as a corporate entity. And
True.
so these small communities, man, it's not so much that they're going to die or get ignored. Their voices are just going to get a lot smaller.
Hmm.
So that's
Right.
why it's like, man, to everybody, every project out there, anything, handle your business the way you want. Like, just know it's like you're going to have critics and questions out there. Uh,
Yeah, they're
um,
necessary. Critics are necessary
hmm
for
And
for
dude,
being
like
better.
if you jump out in and out of discords like me, man, and all these different communities doing all these weird circles and loops, every single discord has a way different vibe. I've never been in two that were the same.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I'm actually getting a call.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, no, let's go ahead and end this.
uh
We'll let's
yeah,
do part two down the road, man. Thank you, Lawdawg.
yeah,
You're
sure,
amazing, man.
sure,
We'll continue this another time. Take your call.
sure, sure,
This is
sure.
Dummies on
Thank you.
Crypto,
It
man.
was
Hell yeah.
it was
Pookie
amazing.
Pookie baby. Gonna click this button now. Fucking A.
Yeah,
Fucking A, man. Awesome.
amazing.
You
Thank
you have a
you.
good rest of your day, your afternoon. And I'm gonna go
Yeah,
to bed.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, good
Yeah,
night, good night.
so this
Have
Cool,
a
is
man.
just
good
how
sleep.
it is, you
You
know.
too.
All right.
Or a good dinner.
That's how my dad touched me, and that's how my granddaddy touched
All
me.
right, man.
And look,
All
this is
right.
how I'm gonna touch
Take
you.
it easy.
All right.
Pew pew
Yeah.
pew 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 pew. Yeah, you like that?